guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Cobe Rise. Coming for you, coming for you, coming for you, coming for you. Oh Lord, do not forget the gorillas. Everyone know we the realest. A bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit, knock you out with a late hit. Feel like I'm the one, like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit.
What it do? It's your boy Cobe Rise and Rise. You dig what I'm saying? Hey man, we got a little bit of a different look for y'all today. Let me test out my sound real quick. Yes, sir. All right, we good. We cooking live. We cooking live. What's going on, y'all? Talk to me, people. Talk to me. What's going on? Hey man, we're gonna pay some bills real quick. Make sure you guys look and get you some gear from TrueHighClarity.com. You dig what I'm saying? That's how you want to live your life true, hot, and with clarity. Shout out to Queen CD Organics. Make sure you guys go get the sea moss. So this is going to be something that we're going to push this year. It's going to be in stores, so you can actually go, if you're local in the North Carolina area, you guys can go to these stores and pick up your sea moss, right? So we'll make sure that we give you guys the details about that coming up. So what's going on, family? What's going on? Talk to me real quick. Man, we got a show for y'all, man. Hey, y'all see this topic? Real meat versus plant-based meat. Which one? We don't know. We don't know. But we're going to talk about it today. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about it today. What's going on, people? Listen, y'all, my day was great. My day was phenomenal. Man, I've been doing so much research on this topic. It was, man, yeah, I'm about to blow y'all's mind real quick. I think I'm about to tap in with Showtime real quick. He just tuned in. What's going on, my brother?
Peace. What's up with you, bro? How you doing?
Yes, sir. Hold on one second, bro. I think my audio may be bad. Let's see. Testing. Okay, my mic is good. Let me try something real quick, show. Okay. Maybe that's not it. Try this. Okay. My bad. So it actually might be it may be my audio.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I'm not sure why my audio is not working. Input. My bad, y'all, for the technical difficulties. I know what it is. All right, give me 1 second, show. I know exactly the problem.
Okay.
All right, give me just 2 seconds.
Getting everything together. Peace to the fam, if you can hear me. Working these sound angles out. I know when I checked on it and shared it out on Facebook, everything was good. I heard my audio. Just making sure the audio is lined in. I'm going to chime in real quick on the
we good, boss
topic.
man. We good. I can hear you, fam.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
what's going on? Sorry about the technical difficulties, y'all. That was actually on my side. I was like, oh, no, why I can't hear anything. So, yeah, we good to go, man. How you feeling, bro?
Man, great, man. Everything good. Been grinding hard, man. all
I
this
already
schooling
know.
and trying to accomplish this goal, man. But definitely trying to make sure I could punch in, or we arrange something so I could still try to help give some of this game to the risers.
Hey
So
man,
you know how
very
we
well. I
do.
appreciate it. Oh yeah, you already know, man. I already know we're gonna kick this game, and I know today, man. This is one heck of a topic today, man. Because hey, if y'all don't know, I sent Showtime what was going on. So for y'all that don't know, um, just as a quick summary, so Beyond Meat has been going down in the stock game. So what it is they've been struggling to keep up the whole plant-based meat thing. And what I mean by that is people are not buying into it anymore. So based on what was going on, y'all, you guys can look this up. It's on Reuters.com, and there's multiple sources that's confirming this too. But long story short, people are not buying Beyond Meat or plant-based meat like that because, and this is my opinion. So the fact is, it's going down. People aren't buying the plant-based meat. So I'll give my take on it. In the showtime, I'll let you give your take on it. So I think it's going down because I don't think a lot of people are understanding the trust of this whole plant-based meat, right? So, for those who don't know, I think we had a show. I think matter of fact, Showtime, you might have brought it up. Do you remember when we talked about the whole 3D fish? They were 3D printing fish. So they're doing the same thing to regular meat, but they're calling it regular meat. So there are companies that are selling burgers and all these different, chicken and things like that, but it's lab grown meat. So long story short, people are eating that, but they're more inclined to eat that because they don't necessarily trust what's in the plant-based beef. And I think what they're doing is comparing the taste between Beyond Meat versus the regular meat. And I think they're getting disappointed, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a plant-based beef. It's not an actual burger. So I think what they did, they might have made a mistake. They probably should not have said this is the new way of eating a burger because most people are going to do. They're going to compare the two. And so they're gonna eat this meat and say, "Oh man, this is not good." I'm gonna go back to the regular burger. I know it may be unhealthy, but it tastes better. And again, that's my opinion on it. That's what I'm thinking. Now I believe there's some solutions to this too, right? And we'll get into that obviously later. But tell me what do you think about that? Why do you think people are not buying into this whole plant-based craze
Okay,
or the
okay,
plant-based meat?
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give my piece, um, and then I gotta engage on the live. But man, I feel some similar points to what you mentioned. But also I feel that we originally when we were introduced to the plant based, we didn't really understand it. As a people, we didn't understand it. I know a lot of people, especially those people that follow the trends. The trendy people was just like, all right, y'all say this is better. Less diabetes, less high blood pressure, less issues. Let's rock with this.
Mm-hmm.
And before a lot of people understood it and really, understood what was in it and what we're taking away, we everybody kind of gravitated toward it. And what I realized is it's really hard, man. That's plant based and organic. The rise pyramid. That's one of your best, just areas where we just kind of shift you to a better way of eating. Because I feel like it's
Right.
hard, man. It's hard to make it 100% healthy without it being organic, if that makes sense, man. I think
Mm-hmm.
God gave us that we can grow from a seed are some of the best options, because when we start to try to take what we already have and modify it so where it's plant-based, it tastes good, it tastes like a burger, you're gonna have some unhealthy things in it. Okay,
Right.
so that's my first point. I realized that we started to understand that. Okay, well, I know there was something called, I believe, heme. Uh, I want to say HEM. I remember watching the CEOs and just doing looking at some stock stuff, and them actually talking about the product. and the product had something called heme, where they were like, well, it's not 100% healthy, but it may be better than eating some red meat. So there's something in it, you feel me, to where it may have people kind of skeptical. And then what they did, what I noticed was they skyrocketed the price. So in the midst of this inflation and the interest rates going up, they started skyrocketing the price of plant-based food. So what I'm noticing now on the shelves is you're telling the consumers that this is a healthier option, but you're making it, you're making it out of the price range of, of just the regular consumers. So those people that may have been, trendy eaters or just trying to eat healthier, but still trying to look at the budget, still trying to, budget and make sure they can get all their groceries, can no longer, you can't even afford the plant-based stuff, man. I'm looking at some of the stuff. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, so I think that could be an option. I know for me, some of that processed plant-based, that easy, quick stuff, I had to stop. I can't even really mess with, because I'm like, I'd rather just, get some organic fruits and veggies. So the Beyond Meats, the Impossible Burgers, I noticed those things in my area, they sit on the shelves now. Because, like I said, the biggest 2 points for me is, we became more aware, and we understood that the cost was going up, so I think those are two reasons that the stock could go down. Because like I said, man, for me, all the stuff I used to buy, Morning Stars, just for a little quicker option. Morning Star does a plant-based option. The Beyond Meat, like we mentioned, the Impossible Burger has a flavor of burgers, plant-based burgers.
They do.
So yeah, just for me, man, I think that's why I kind of fell back. I'm not really not any process when it comes to like processed plant-based. I rather just, make my own, take the time out to actually make my own, as opposed to getting a $15 for 2 patties of Beyond Meat, or, I know
Or the Impossible Burger, or
Impossible Burgers
the
like
Morning Stars. Yeah, I
$12 for
agree.
2 burgers. So, yeah, like I said, man, originally I think people thought, okay, well, shoot, it's cost efficient, we can still afford it, and it's healthier, plant-based. Okay, let's check it out, and then we started seeing, especially those people that didn't really do their due diligence, that's not really investigating and understanding what's in the product. They were just like, man, they got telling me it's healthy, let me go with it. Now you made it so high that, I'm pretty sure they like, man, just the cheaper version. Or a lot of people definitely probably share my views and opinions about that stuff.
Yep. No, you're not alone. You're not alone. And you actually hit on a lot of the topics that, I want to discuss, because I want to go over that for sure, because what you said was something important. People are starting to become more aware, right? And so I was talking to someone about plant-based food, and what people are saying now is plant-based food is not even healthy. And they're saying it's mostly just water and oil and chemicals and all this other stuff. And I guess what it was a good conversation, but it was also a learning experience. They said most plant-based foods, let's be clear, most plant-based foods are not what we were talking about as far as oils and water. Processed plant-based foods is what he was referring to. So the processed plant-based foods are like your Impossible Burgers, right? Your Beyond Meats. These things are processed and made in a factory. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my IG family. And what they're saying, they're trying to make plant-based foods seem not that healthy. So that way they don't have to feel bad about it. Number one. Number two, they have to find a justified reason not to buy it. So it doesn't taste like meat. Is actually not that healthy for you. They'd rather eat an actual real hamburger because it's not processed, right? And so that's what people are going to. And they're paying more money for a plant-based burger than they are for a regular burger. So they're almost, and like you said, people become more aware and the price is too high. That's enough for people to say, let me back it up a little bit. And I'm going to tell you this too. I also noticed a change in some plant-based foods, meaning the ingredients. I know at one point there were some clean ingredients. And then as time went on, ingredients started to change because people started to say, well, it doesn't taste like meat. So what people started to, well, I think what Beyond Meat, for example, was starting to do was they tried to accommodate the people's taste, and they lacked the quality for what it is that they were trying to accomplish. And it ended up becoming more unhealthy than it was healthy, which means a price increase is gonna have to unfold to pretty much balance out the profit. And I think what you're saying is 100% correct. It's almost getting to the point where I'd rather just get my own, right? I'd rather just do mostly whole foods, keep it all the way whole foods and organic as possible, keep it clean, right? And I want to make sure that I'm not just in the kitchen cooking all day. Because, like I said, we all have to work, we go to school, people have kids. We don't have time to just do all of these things. We're on the go most of the time. So, and I'm gonna be honest, I think the average person they're just like, you know what, I'm gonna just eat what I want to eat because I still have to live a life and they don't have time to cook, right? And so this is where people start to look for solutions, right? Because we know what happens whenever you start to eat bad. You start to get down that little hill. You're not working out like that. You're starting to feel like a little lazy, this, that, and the third, right? So I think we're on the same page when it comes to that. And so, I want to look at some solutions, right? And I know you got things to do too. So I'll start with you on that. So what do you think a solution would be for cases like this, where they're not really trusting plant-based beef like that, and the price is too high? These different, I don't want to say excuses, but very valid reasons why someone wouldn't go that extra mile.
Um, I would say this, if it's, well, we the topic we were speaking about, the stock.
Hmm.
I want to speak on that first. So I
Yeah.
think it is what it is. It is what it is. When it comes to that, man, I remember hearing a
Hmm.
while back when it first came out. Um, I think Wall Street Trapper spoke on it, and I just would
Yep.
hear a lot of people speak on the stock. And me being someone who invests, that was something that kind of had my eye. But man, I'm just happy for us. We just understand the product a little bit more. We understand marketing, how they target us with certain things. And it just pays, man. I say a solution is just to us dig more into our nutrition and what we're eating, man. Being a teacher, man, it's we on this book, man, the omnivore's dilemma. And even
Mm.
they're teaching the student just about how food is processed, about how foods are just how foods are made. And like I said, man, just understanding how the stock has been manipulated, and just different things, man. Understanding that you have to really have an understanding of yourself, man. You have to come in, with a mindset of your own. You have to understand, like, man, I feel like the prices. I watched the price of the plant-based, the processed foods. I watched them go up to where it's like, man,
Mhm.
like I never was really. I always, for me personally, I feel like a processed option is it's not necessarily the healthiest option, but when you're talking about plant-based processed foods, it's just for us, man. Those of us that try to eat primarily plant-based, it
Right.
is that healthier option. It's better than what we used to do. You know,
Hmm.
um, a lot of the other modified meats and other things. So I would say, man, that's my biggest solution. We really have to just understand what we're eating, and
Yep.
I always say moderation is going to help you, because it's hard. It's hard, like we're getting smarter and smarter. The foods are for me, man. I feel like they're getting faker and faker. I always have to say
Yes, it
that
is.
today's food isn't yesterday's food. Today's food isn't the same food that we're used to eating, because we are getting smarter. We are there are people, the powers that be, that are testing certain things inside the body. And
Hmm.
if you don't overindulge, it may not be super harmful, or we don't see the effects physically, so they keep selling. They can legally sell it. But yeah, man, those are my biggest solutions, man. Just really just understand what we're eating, understand the economy, understand where we live in,
Hmm.
understand where we at, you know.
That's a fact. And you know what's crazy, bro? And I agree with that. And I think that people and businesses like Beyond Meat should take that into consideration, because people are getting more aware. So I don't, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think people are still interested in buying plant based meat as long as they know it's clean. as long as they know it's going to be a healthy option for them and it's ready available to them. Because I remember actually when when Beyond Meat first came out, I remember the way they promoted their business is a clean version of a burger. And I remember their ingredients were super clean. I remember later on it became more chemicals and everything like that. So it's about knowledge itself, and most people don't even know unless you do the research on it. And so I really think that people should adapt that same mindset across the board. If you're gonna eat something, make sure it's coming from a great source, right? And I treat Beyond Meat like a fast food option for plant based people, right? It's if you're gonna eat a processed burger, to me, that's on the same level as like McDonald's and all that other stuff. To me, even though it's a way healthier option, I'd rather eat Beyond Meat than McDonald's, obviously. But in my mind, I know it's still processed. So even though it's a better processed option, in my mind, it's still processed. So I try to keep it to the whole foods diet. And I'm gonna just pull up the food pyramid just so they know mostly alkaline grains, mostly alkaline veggies, whole foods, fruits, herbs, snacks, vegetables, and the smallest portion on your plate is the clean meats and other additives to try to keep it as clean as possible. That is what I try to live by, and I think that's been mostly, and I honestly I think it's been successful, and I think that most people, if they would or they can adopt that type of lifestyle, I think that will be one thing their biggest demise, but then two, it'll help them do research. Another good thing that they can do is they can scan the Yuka app. That's YUKA. You can scan any of the foods that you go to the grocery store that has a barcode on it, and it will tell you if it's good, bad, or whatever. And it's based on how much sugar's in it, the extra sugar in it, the additives, the chemicals. People don't, if you use that app, it surprised me. I scanned it was a vegan muffin, supposed to be healthy. When I scanned it, it had all these additives in it, which actually made it bad for us to eat, right? And so it's the knowledge, and it makes you want to do research on a lot of this stuff. And so, long story short, you know what was good on the app? Everything that I scanned that I normally eat, I say almost 100% of it was whole food, like whole foods. It was the vegetables, it was the grains, there was nothing added in it. It was just a whole food. That's what it was. And that's what I try to keep or at least live by because, like you said, the meat is getting faker. Even the real meat is not even real meat anymore because it's clone meat now because they saving money on food. And most people can't even tell the difference of the taste either between the real and the lab grown meat. So, like we said, it is what it is now. The time is already here. It's already doing it. The food is getting faker and faker, and so that's one thing that I would bring as a solution. Yes, bring it back to whole foods, bring it back to mostly alkaline grains, mostly alkaline veggies to keep your energy levels high, and you will dismiss a lot of this stuff that's been pushed out because if you're going a more plant-based route, mostly and doing it the alkaline grains and the alkaline veggies in the whole foods way, you'll eliminate a lot of that process to know what's even fake, what's real anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be my take on it.
yeah, yeah. And I was just gonna add to that thought when we say faker and faker, I feel like it sounds kind of I want to say it's just a term I wanted to speak on. So when we say faker, I think we're speaking from just a blatant, honest perspective. But
Mhm.
in actuality, man, I'm one that studies just the economy, man, where we live at. And if you understand anything about America, you understand about how we're about money,
Yep.
and it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But I just say we're about money. So when we actually grow fruits and vegetables, when you grow a seed, it's biblical as well. There's a process. There's a process. You have to wait. There's not like this generation. We want things instant. When we want to plant a
Yeah.
seed and we want to reap the harvest tomorrow,
Yep.
and a lot of times, especially as an economy, we realize the country realizes that we can't sell millions of products. We can't satisfy everybody that needs food if we wait on that seed. So let
Hmm.
that sink in. Let that sink in when I say you know,
That was deep, but they don't get that. They got to
come
replay
on,
that one again.
come on. It's getting faker and faker, but not necessarily a bad thing. And I don't think, I always speak from a neutral perspective. I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's to kill us. It's about these folks want to feed their family. I heard once the
Mhm.
Coca-Cola the CEOs don't drink Coca-Cola of their own. The people that make the product don't
They
even
don't even drink it. Yep.
indulge in the product. McDonald's family don't even eat McDonald's and just certain things. Like
Hmm.
I said, man, but that's why we have to be more knowledgeable.
Right.
We have to understand the products more because we have to, like I said, man, just understanding where we live, and we're about that dollar, man. It's not a negative. But if you're concerned about your health, if you're concerned about, man, why are these numbers in America going up so high? Why is diabetes so high in America? Why is high blood pressure so high in America? Why is obesity so high in America? Why do we lead? We have to understand, that part of that process is that food process. Like I
Yep.
said, man, it takes time to actually reap a harvest the right way, the organic way. So the thought behind it is we mass produce, we do what we can do. I know it's in Roundup weed killer, but we still gonna put this chemical in food because
Yep.
it's gonna multiply what we're able to produce. I know corn fructose syrup probably is not the healthiest to consume in mass, but we're gonna put it in every product because it's easy
Hmm.
for us to produce and we can
To make.
produce more of it.
Yep.
And we
Quantity.
can modify it. We can do however we want to do it. We can make it to taste, and we can put it in every product, and it'll fly off the shelf. So, just speaking on that, when we say food getting faker and faker, like I said, just understanding where we live at. So for me, I just we got to play a little defense, man. It's sad, but
Yeah,
I'm
juke move
realizing
it.
we may have to play a little defense, man,
Yep.
and just be mindful of the prices. I'm mindful of just different products. I'm mindful of the stock going up and down. You see us, and we trying to just break some of that game up and break it
That's a
down to
fact.
where we can understand and where we all can understand it. So I can get long winded, man, but we're gonna
Nah,
go
you
ahead
good for
and
sure.
agree. That's my
Yo, I
line.
yeah. No, we definitely. I'm gonna get the closing statements out there, man, for sure. Because man, you actually broke it down, and that's perfectly said. I think so. I get exactly what you're saying, but I think what most people are gonna have to do is come back and watch this because they're gonna have to watch it over and over. What you just said, you covered a lot of topics, bro. I mean, literally everything from when you said the seed, it takes time. I grew like my granddaddy had a farm, and I'll never forget. Like he would always call and say, "Hey, we just got these greens out the garden. We got these potatoes out the garden," and we used to rush over there, go get them, and eat them. And them, the food was good. Like it was really good. Because I think that that stuff takes time, and in quantity, they want to make sure that they're making money, like you said, and they know that they need it now. So they're gonna put stuff in food, and I get it, I get it, and so I think that one key component, and I'll just add on to what you just said, is moderation. If you're going to indulge in whatever, just understand what you're indulging, and if it's not anything that's on this food pyramid, then you need to look at it as moderation. I wouldn't do it as much. You dig? So just understand what you're consuming, how much you're consuming, and if you are, understand what it can do to the body, what can come up as a result of all of these different things, right? So as long as we are aware, that's the most important thing. Is being aware of what you're putting into your body. Period. Moderation with a mix of having a mostly healthy food diet and have a goal. Just really have a goal set in mind. If your goal is really to be more healthy, then we need to be more conscious of what we eat. We need to be more conscious of our exercise and things like that as well, too. So that's my closing statements. I don't want to get long winded either, and I know you gotta go. So you gave him some gems, bro. You dropped it. I'm about to go back and watch it myself, man, because I think people can learn something from that.
Yeah, yeah, that was it, man. Good topic for the night, man. You on it with the facts, man. That's definitely
Real.
something I kind of noticed. Just kind of, you know, spending, man. When we do our shopping, I have to stay away from certain products. I'm like, man, this is outrageous. You feel me? Like,
For real.
this is crazy. We started off healthy, but I realized the trend, man. We started gravitating toward it, and they shot the prices up. So you see what's going on, man. It's a game of defense, you know. So just be mindful. Be mindful of what we eat. Be mindful of how we live. You know.
Hey
Just be
man, make sure
mindful of
y'all
the
go
choices.
follow us. Follow us on IG too, because like you said, we both eat, you know what I'm saying, just a wide variety of good foods, right? And I post a lot of my food. You feel me? So if y'all are interested in some of the foods that we doing, man, follow us at read the bottom. IG, Showtime Training Group, Facebook, Showtime Training Group, IG, King Alajuwan 121, Rise and Rise Academy. And you can see a lot of the stuff that we're doing too. So we're not just speaking out the side of our necks. It's actually a real thing. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for joining in, man. Shout out to the IG family, you dig, and shout out to the Facebook family. Shout out to the YouTubers out there. You feel me? So we're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate y'all, man. And Showtime, look, closing words.
Man, that shit. Just keep being mindful of what we eating. Just know it's a
Yes,
game of defense, and we're
that's
gonna
it.
win it.
I like that. I've been thinking of Floyd Mayweather when you said defense. Like when they throwing all this bad stuff at us, you just get out the way, get out the way. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all defense, man. Make sure it's on point. Make sure y'all ducking and dodging all this BS out here, right? All right, y'all. We gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. What up, IG family? What up, Cuzzo? Hey, listen. When we face with an obstacle, what we do?
We rise and rise, baby.
Dig.
Peace.